Okay.
Hey guys, Happen over here, on over. Today I have a story, and it's actually a really funny story. Right, so I'm not going to waste any time, I'm just going to get right into it. So basically what happened was, I was in, what year was it? It was either year 1 or year 2, it was so long ago. I didn't even know I could remember it. It was actually quite funny, so I'm pretty sure that's how I remember it. Basically, there was this girl, I'm not going to mention her name, just, you know, in case she's watching, and she gets a bit embarrassed and wants to take it down or something, I don't know. But, what should we call her? Let's just call her, sorry, I'm cracking my fingers, I can't think of her name, let's call her Jane. I don't know, it came off the top of my head. Jane. Right, so Jane, I sat next to Jane. Oh god, I've said Jane so many times. So I was on the end of the table, so it was like 6 people on the table, who else was on the table, but I was on the very end of the table, and she was sat next to me. And I think Louis, one of my friends, was sitting opposite me, I think, I can't remember though. Might have been. But, so he was sitting opposite me, and she was sitting next to me. And I was just doing my work, you know, just doing some colouring or whatever it was. And I smelled this really weird smell. And I asked Louis if he knew what it was, and he was like, no, I don't know what it is, I smell it as well. And I looked over at Jane next to me, and I was like, do you know what that is? And she was like, no. And I was like, okay, that's a bit weird. So, you know, I just go on, carry on with my colouring, what as you do. And I can still smell the smell. I couldn't really make out what it was, because, well, all I could tell was it was so bad, it stank. And you know that smell where you don't know what it is, but it just stinks. So anyway, so like 10 minutes later, the teacher walks over and says if we need to check up what we're doing and stuff. And he was like, oh my god, what is that smell? And I was like, I know, right? And then Louis was like, yeah, same, I can smell it as well. So then he looks at Jane and then he's like, can you smell that? And she just has the whitest face you have ever seen in your life, like no joke. Her face was like, I don't even know what's white. Piece of paper. You know, you pull out the printer or a fresh packet of paper. Just that. No, talc. That's the whitest thing I can think of. Talc. Her face looked like talc. It was that white. And then he was like, "You sick or what?" Or not like that, but you know, not as brutal as that, not as savage. So, and then we look at her, and then we look at her chair, and then it's just soaked. It is just soaked. Oh my god. And you could just see the piss dripping off the seat. And then she just burst out crying. And that's not even the worst bit. The worst bit was, he was like, right, we need to go to the toilet now. So we get one of the cleaners or female teachers, I can't remember who it was, to come in and take her to the toilets. And when she stood up, oh my god. And that's a fucking chocolate bar. Just dropped. Oh my god. Just dropped out of her pants. Oh my god, it was disgusting. We all just burst out laughing. I felt so bad for her. But it was just on her seat. Oh Jesus, that voice break. It was just chilling on her seat. Like a fucking Milky Way. And then yeah, one of the cleaners had to come clean it up, and then she went home like that day. But yeah, it was probably one of the funniest things in, you know, younger school, I guess. So yeah, that was the story for today. It was a girl crapping herself in class. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.